Lumpod just started by asking the monks who's going to be staying up all night, meditating for the whole night. And he's saying at the very least can be staying up until midnight. And if we're feeling sleepy, then get up and do walking meditation. And so you need this, you need the help of the changing posture and also to be reciting Buddha as well. Because it helps to tell one another as well that if someone's nodding off and they've been doing so for over 15 minutes, you can go tap them on the shoulder and tell them, say they've been nodding off and they can get up and do walking meditation. And because if that's happened, if they're nodding off like this and falling into sleep, then they're lacking in mindfulness. So after 15 minutes, and just tell them they can get up, do walking meditation. At midnight, we can do some chanting together, and then at 2 a.m., another session of chanting as well, so that we don't just allow for the time to pass by in one big chunk. Because if it just carries on a very long time, then after some time, this monk will find a corner to go and lean and sleep in, and that monk will go find another corner to go lean over in. And so there are these different postures that we can use to help us. And so it's okay to, if we're feeling really tired and drowsy, to nod off a bit or to find something to lean against and to have a bit of a sleep while sitting. But you shouldn't allow that to be for a long time. But there are some monks who are very skilled at taking the sitting posture and sleeping in that they can have an almost perfect posture with their backs erect, their necks completely straight, and still manage to sleep. And so there's one monk, Lumpur Punna, that he made the determination to not lie down for his whole life. And so he'd been doing that for a really long time. And there was another monk who was inspired by him and wanted to follow as an example. So he tried not lying down, and after 3 days he was taken to the hospital. So we need to look at our own health as well, what the state of our body is like. But for those of you who are still young, then should be putting up a good fight. And especially for those who like to sleep, who try to find ease in sleeping, that this is one of the Tudanga practices, the ascetic practices, which are good for those who sleep excessively. So we use these ascetic practices to wear away and wear down the defilements, and they lift up the energy of our minds and make them better. So sometimes when attending to Lumpucha, when he was unwell, I would do this and take the night shift. And so I could get really drowsy and sleepy while doing that. The shift would start at 4 p.m. and then finish at 4 a.m. And so it's a 12-hour shift of not lying down. But then after the meal, then I would rest. And so one of the benefits of that was that initially I thought that by doing that I would lose weight, but it actually turned out that I put on some weight, because after eating I would go and sleep then. So if we're feeling really exhausted, tired, you can find something to lean against for a little bit until the energy comes up. But we need to really be putting in our efforts throughout the night as well to be putting up a good fight. But we should also be looking out for our physical health too. So may you be intent on this.